Hi, everyone. I'm here, but Lori's not. My name is Julian. I am with JLV Moments and More. Thank you for joining us. Sorry, I just shook the table. But you know what? That didn't shake the screen. Or I shook the screen, but not the camera. Sorry about that. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining. I am Julian with JLV Moments and More. Lori is out in the living room at the moment. We had a little battle with the little one. So we'll see what happens. Let me go ahead and get the chat pulled up. Hey Harlan, how you doing? Thank you for joining. Hey Eric. I have no idea what we're talking about tonight. So it's kind of like almost a free for all.
It's a total free for all. Who has a topic?
Yeah. What do you need a topic for? We just have fun. Get your chair.
May I get my rolly chair? Hi, everybody.
Yeah, no squeaky chair.
No squeaky chair.
I changed out chairs, so no squeaky chair.
Oh, Lord.
Of course, Lori's having issues with her chair now.
Well, usually I'm comfy by the time we start, but obviously delayed for.
Hey, excuse me,
I think we're finally, I don't know.
If I burp while we're on screen, I please forgive me.
Ugh.
There's a little indigestion going on here.
This is how I feel today. Hi, everyone.
Thank you for everybody who has joined.
Yes, thank you.
I'm going to do the shameless. Please like, subscribe. It's free to do. It helps us out. We'll get that out of the way. So.
That's a little less energy. Hi, Harlan.
We had it's been a busy weekend.
It's been a really crazy weekend.
We were at a first graders pool party almost all afternoon.
First grade, they had the pre-K.
Yeah, because they also had his sisters. So one of Virginia's classmates' parents threw a pool party for the end of the year. It was really fun. Thank you, Rob and Julia. That was really funny. It was really awesome.
Just tired.
Virginia had a great time and she passed out.
Yeah, but then so it's one of those things when you get to this age where you have all of that happen, and then today, of course, we were up early going to church, and then she had a friend come over, and dang, it's girls and lack of sleep, I guess. I don't know, but dang, the sassiness is just. I'm not ready for this preteen era, which I know half of you are laughing out there because you're either in it or you've been through it.
Yeah.
And so I know it's coming. I get it. I totally understand. I'm just not ready for it. So
it'll be fun.
It'll be a blast. But let's see. What can we talk about? Disney. Well, the biggest news for Disney right now.
She's done her.
Talk about Disney.
She has her videos if you want to go check them out.
Well, I didn't include any of the videos. But the biggest news right now for Disney is that they have announced that they're doing a 7th park. Did you hear where they're doing the 7th park?
Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi.
Yes.
Abu Dhabi.
Hey, Sean.
I know. I tell you, if I could wear this shirt every day and every hour of the day, I totally would.
Oh, yeah.
This was either Belk's or Macy's, by the way. But it is the truth. And I remember I wore it maybe a year or two ago when we were at Animal Kingdom. My gosh, was that 2 years ago already?
Probably, yeah.
We were at Animal Kingdom, and I swear people were staring at me. And at first, I was like, "What do I have?" Oh, that's right, I put this shirt on.
Yeah,
so
they were loving her shirt.
But for those of you, it says this mom runs on coffee and Disney, which is
it's like what
pretty true. I do like the Red Bull idea. That would back in the day that would have been me, but now it's coffee.
It's like that, and I get those looks when I wear my Golden Girls T-shirt.
Yeah.
Everybody just I've gotten so many compliments because of that T-shirt.
Yeah. So Abu Dhabi, which doesn't surprise me that and I read somewhere and
I like saying it too, Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi. And I read somewhere and I could be totally wrong. So because you believe half of what you read. I read somewhere that was going to be indoors. So, I mean, this will be very fascinating to see how this all plays out
It'll be
in our
interesting.
lifetime.
If they are going to build an indoor park, that would be the place to do it because they have the money there.
Well, yeah, I mean, well, that's obviously why Abu Dhabi was picked.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if anyone, because I think what Disney is looking for is it's not so much Disney would put money into it, the Abu Dhabi
United
people,
Arab Emirates,
whatever, thank you, that they would put the money into it. And so Disney would obviously allow the licensing and maybe put some, they would have the team and all that kind of stuff.
It would be like Tokyo Disneyland, where it's I think it's the Tokyo Land Company is the one who actually owns the park,
yeah,
and they have the license from Disney to do all that stuff.
Which is why, if any of you watch any of this stuff on Disney Plus, because this is where we get a lot of this information from, and from YouTube, but if you watch any of this stuff, you will learn this is why all the Disney parks do different things. It's different ownership. It's not Disney owning all of it. There is different ownership, and so your rides are going to be different, or the focus is going to be different at different parts.
The premise and everything is still the same, but they do tweak it, to their audience.
Yeah, and to what they feel. So, and part of it too, if you ever look at the history of the Haunted Mansion, to me that's kind of cool too, because you're doing a Haunted Mansion that fits more of that culture. So one of these years, and I know we have had some friends that have actually had a chance to go, and I'm very jealous, but to Disneyland Paris, and their Haunted Mansion is different, and I don't even think it's called that. We did that trivia, and I just can't remember the answer
and
now.
Also,
but it's called different. It's not called Haunted Mansion, or it is, but it's got a different theme to it.
Well, they actually have several different rides are different at Disney. Like Big Thunder Mountain is different at Disneyland Paris, and also Space Mountain is different at Disneyland Paris. The Space Mountain is actually kind of more geared toward the Jules Verne, from the Earth to the Moon.
Yeah.
It's got that kind of feel and theming to it.
So it'll be interesting to see what Abu Dhabi comes up with. I know I've
probably very big on Aladdin. I would not be surprised. I sorry if I sound stereotypical. That's
very stereotypical. No,
but I mean the fact that history is there for stuff like that, and it'll be very fascinating to see. Like everybody has their own castle kind of themed to where their location is, except for I think Disneyland Paris is. I'm sorry, not Disneyland. Tokyo Disneyland is almost exactly the same as Disneyland in California, because that's what at the time Tokyo wanted.
Yeah.
They wanted a complete recreation of Disneyland, California in Tokyo.
No, it was Tokyo. That's right.
Yeah. Now the castle at Disneyland Paris is a Belle and Beast castle. And then you have the Shanghai castle is like a mixture of almost all of them.
Yeah, that I tell you, that is
the Shanghai castle is really nice.
So there's actually a YouTube, and Harlan, I'll get to your question in just a minute because that's a great topic. But the Shanghai, they actually did, I think it was a 5-year celebration. I can't remember. It's on YouTube. And it is just so fascinating to watch. And if I remember correctly, it was all right before COVID hit. So don't expect like this high 8K def, whatever YouTube is in these days. But it's just really cool what they did and what they pulled together in front of that castle. And again, I think it was only their 5-year anniversary that they did this, or maybe 10-year. I know it hasn't been around that long, but it was very cool. Shanghai.
Oh yeah.
And it was, I don't remember it being an anniversary celebration, but it was just a lot of fun to watch. So Harlan, we've seen vlogs on that, and there's been topics on that too, that about what is Disney World's response going to be to Epic. And I mean, I'm sure there's vloggers out there that would say there has been a response.
There is.
Abu Dhabi, but not in Orlando. We haven't seen. I guess you could say
there are things that are coming to Orlando. They're just behind Universal. Disney took a long time to make the decision to finally do. They're redoing the whole Dino area in Animal Kingdom. That's going to be pretty much, it's going to be the tropical Americas. They're going to have a bunch of new stuff there. They are, unfortunately, is very sad, Tom Sawyer's Island, and that area is going away. The riverboat is going away, and that is going to be they're going to have a Cars Land in that area, similar to what they have over at California Adventure in California at Disneyland. And then there's Villains Land, which is going to be built behind, from what I understand, where Belle and Beast Castle, where the Belle and Beast area is at Magic Kingdom. So they do have responses. The problem is they are just so far behind.
Yeah, and I'm with you, Eric. I know they are definitely, they have a tendency to take things away, to add things.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just, Disney just has a different way of approaching stuff. And it's not like Universal, or Universal just finds a way to continually add. Clearly, that's what is the difference between the two of them. And I think it's one of those where only history, probably beyond our lifetime, in all honesty. So, 50, 60, 75 years from now, is truly going to tell who really came out on top. Because, of course, Disney was really the first and the foremost, and then Universal came in, with a bang, and then some.
Now, Universal has done the same thing, though. Like, I remember when I never got to go on it, but the Back to the Future ride is now the Simpsons ride.
Well, and they did take the Jaws ride out,
and they took Jaws away.
And they're doing that big. It's actually kind of cool water.
They changed.
They built out Harry Potter and all that kind of
stuff. They
stuff.
changed the Terminator show to the Bourne Identity show. Yeah. And there's been a couple other things where they have changed it. Well, until they decided to, build an entire new park.
And you're right, they have, because the new Minions Villain Con ride, that actually, when I first went to Universal way back when, down in Orlando, that was actually a Alfred Hitchcock 3D situation, maybe even 4D. I don't quite remember. 4D. It might have been 4D. I don't even know if Terminator was there when I went there. It's one of those things I'd have to look at Wikipedia. And then it moved into Shrek. And so when we went, it was Shrek. And then just recently they turned that into Minions Villain Con. So yeah, you're right in the fact that Universal has done these similar changes. They're just not as, pardon the pun, epic as what Disney has done. Or maybe there just hasn't been as many people vested because you can't show as much with Universal. That might be part of it.
And I also believe that the leadership at Disney was just so focused on the almighty freaking dollar that they wanted to focus on merchandising and all of this other stuff and the movies, and they just put the parks on a back burner.
Wait, I got it. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Did you want to keep going with your thought?
Yes.
Because I have a question for Harlan, but go ahead.
But also, I like Test Track. I'm very curious, and I want to see what the retheming is going to be of Test Track as well. But Disney just got so far behind with the parks that Universal just jumped on it and was like, okay, then you know what? We're going to get this done. And that way we've got something out better than them right away. Mm-hmm. So now Disney's scrambling to get stuff done. And not only that, but they're also refurbing stuff. Like Big Thunder Mountain is going through a refurb right now. You can't even ride it. Rock and Roller Coaster is about to get a retheme. There's no date yet. Hollywood Studios, the whole Muppets area, that's going to get completely changed to a Monsters Incorporated land. So they have the ideas. The problem is they just took so long to implement them. And Universal was just so quick to do it. That's how I feel. Is Barney at Universal? I hope not, because I don't like Barney. Is awful. I'm a Sesame Street kid. I grew up on Sesame Street. And my daughter is a Blippi kid and a Coco Melon, because that's what she grew up on.
Well, I wanted to ask Harlan. So, and I don't know if anybody's been to Universal. I totally forget about Barney because that was after, like, we were Sesame Street people.
Yes, that's what I just said.
Yeah, and then of course Cocomelon. So, did Universal have a Barney section?
And that's the thing, I don't know. If they did, they never when I was there. But now you got to remember, Harlan and them lived down there, and they and so maybe at that time when they were down there was a Barney.
There was a Barney section, which that would make sense. I mean, that was, that would be very fascinating. But so yeah, it is. He was at Universal. I am so going to YouTube that now because guaranteed there's some stuff on YouTube. Not that I'm a Barney fan by any stretch of the imagination. I'm sorry for the parents that had to survive through that. I was babysitting around that time, so I had a couple kids I know that were really into Barney, and that was tough. But
thank Lord that.
But yeah, I'm so well. Although the Cocomelon phase, I'll be honest, I'm so glad we are beyond. I can
take Cocomelon over Barney any day.
Aw, that was 1994. That was so long ago. I know.
Because him and I talked about that.
Yeah. So I mean, again, it's interesting to see that there's these changes that'll happen, and I know from a Disney perspective, but I do wonder how much social media has put a spin on this too, and the fact that Disney has been around since 1971, where Universal, I mean, gosh, again, I have to look at how old Universal really is. So I will do a Google search. Google search it. So. I am excited to see Universal Epic. I don't know when we'll get a chance to see it. I'm hoping maybe this fall, but Lord willing and the creek don't rise kind of thing. It'll be interesting to see how Epic pulls from all of this. And I'm with you, Eric. I agree. I do think that there were times.
1990.
Oh, see, so so you don't have that nostalgia of Disney with the 1971, or even the 1950s, 55, 56. I should know this when California first opened. I know, 55? Was it 55? So here's the thing. I wonder, first of all, I do think they have lost money because of the movies, that these movies have not done well. I do wonder from an overall standpoint, though, and being in knowing business, as I'm sure a lot of people do. I'm not trying to discount anybody, but I do wonder if they really do fall under the same umbrella at the end of the day, or if they're just assuming we all think that, and so they're going to use that as an excuse. It's kind of like the reason we're delayed was because of the pandemic. That's not true, because if you look at Universal they didn't delay. They kept going. They found ways. So I'm sorry, Disney. I don't believe your excuses anymore. If you want to sit here and say it's because our movies have done poorly, I don't believe that, because I'm thinking the parks are under a different line item
they should be,
than the movies. Just like the animated stuff is under a different line item than Pixar. I don't buy these things anymore. But the reality is that Disney has nostalgia, and Disney has the brand that people have grown to love. And so I can sit here and hate on Disney, so to speak. But at the end of the day, I will love Disney because I love the magic that it brings. I love that I still can believe in that magic and be a kid for a few minutes or for a few days, whatever it may be. That I can share that with my daughter, and one day hopefully we can share that with our grandkids and so on. And so it's that Disney magic that I think is always going to be built in, and unfortunately the rest of it it's going to have to become white noise, even though I know deep down there's so much more they could have done. Stop with the excuses, Disney. But again, I'm going to love on it because I love the magic that it brings. Universal, that's what they didn't have in the beginning. They didn't have the magic.
That's because it was too new.
But
they didn't have they didn't have the prestige that Disneyland, that you had Disneyland. You knew what you got from Disneyland. So when Walt Disney World opened with the Magic Kingdom, people knew what to expect.
But
when Universal opened, they really didn't know what to expect.
But I think Universal has now brought the magic with Epic.
Yes.
I mean, yes, Harry Potter. Okay, we can talk about Harry Potter, but I think they truly have nailed the if you want to call it the trifecta, I don't know what the trifecta would be, but they've come full circle because of Epic. Epic is the magic. The other places were just rides and theming and maybe a few people, characters roaming around, that kind of thing. And again, Harry Potter, they kind of had it going. But I think with Epic, they have brought in that magic that Disney has. So this is where I think we're really going to see what history is going to tell us later on down the road.
Well, also with Epic, it's more interactive. They've taken what Disney has done with like Galaxy's Edge, and they've incorporated it through the entire park at Epic. It's all interactive. Hey, Francois, thank you. And I'm going to take a moment. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Please like, subscribe, share. Leave us a comment. What do you think? How do you feel about some of this stuff? I'm going to throw out my friend Harlan Tribute Band Central.
Yep.
Check it out if you like tribute bands. It's on YouTube. Awesome stuff. And Mickey Guru Travel Company and JMT Travel Group. If you're looking to set up a vacation somewhere, get in touch with them. We can give you their info. They're awesome people. They will take care of you with no problem.
Yep. Stephanie and her team are really great on
and
the
Julia
whole,
is awesome with as well.
On the whole Disney thing. Julia and her team are very good at the everything else. Although Julia is a really big Disney person.
She's a Disney person too, yeah. Let's
see,
they're killing their own nostalgia by altering their old IPs. Yes, they are. And also by getting rid of them. I don't like the fact of getting rid of something that was originally at the park when it started. So but I embrace the future. We have
no choice. We can't make any. I mean, we can say here and bark about it all we want.
I'm embracing the change, but it is sad to see old things go that I remember as a child. Mm-hmm. But Epcot is almost like the front end of Epcot is almost completely different from when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But I do have those memories. But I do like what they've done with some of the stuff at the park. It's fun. It's interactive. It's nice. It's getting with the times. Epcot is supposed to be about the future anyway, and going into tomorrow and all that stuff. So they couldn't leave Epcot the same. Epcot should always be changing.
Well, okay, so let's talk about Epcot. There are some rides though that need to go. The whole mission space thing.
No, leave that.
No,
that is awesome.
There is no reason for it.
Not to mention, I still haven't been on it.
Yes, we have.
No, I haven't.
Yes, we did.
Mission space.
Mission space. We went on it.
Yes, we did. We did the green. We did the green
side. We did not do the orange.
She wouldn't do the orange. I want to do the orange. I have not yet done the orange.
That's all. It's right up there with going on the teacups. I can't do teacups.
I want orange.
No, cannot do teacups. But seriously, there are some rides that could absolutely go, that they could figure out some new theming. It needs to be Epcot themed though. I'm still, why is Guardians again at Epcot? Does anybody, I'm still trying to figure out why they put Guardians of the Galaxy there. But and then the dinosaur ride, I'm a little sad to see that one go, but I love Indiana Jones. So to me, that's bringing nostalgia back. So that's at Animal Kingdom.
See, Harlan, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, you guys can go on Mission Space together then. But to me, it's Soarin'. It's exactly like Soarin', but it's not as good. Soarin' is so much better.
So I'm showing my age. Two things that I really enjoyed at Epcot when I was a teenager was I loved Body Wars. I thought that was fun as heck, and I loved Captain EO. I still have a Captain EO poster from when that was actually still at Epcot.
What's fascinating?
Those were so fun.
Okay, so Body Wars, I believe, was over by Mission Space, and somebody please let me know. It took me a half hour. And Francois, how many alcoholic drinks did you have? Just kidding.
Yeah, did you go around the world before you went on the ride?
Because we did actually watch somebody do that.
WDW.
And they did. Yeah, that was
today.
Yeah, once again, even I was hurling with them.
They drank around the world and then went on Mission Space Orange.
Yeah. I was hurling for them, probably. Mm-hmm. It was really bad.
It was funny to watch, though.
No, just kidding, Francois. But yeah, it would take me a long time to recover.
Yep.
That's so cool. That's so cool.
Yep. Yeah, I loved it.
Okay, so Body Wars, I think, is in the building that is still completely empty right now.
Yes.
If that's the one that was next to Mission Space.
Yes.
And that is still empty. So I know people have talked about having it come back. Yeah.
Just imagine if you had.
Yeah. Oh, no. But I don't know. There's just something about Epcot. It's like they need to do something, and I'm sure it's in many conversations as they talk. But I'm really excited that they're listening to the people and bringing the villains. That's really cool.
Yes.
Yeah, it's sad that Tom Sawyer Island, although we have never made it over to Tom Sawyer Island. I went
over there when I was a kid.
Once. I think I did the boat. Well, I don't even know if I've ever done the boat. So it's one of those where I don't have that nostalgia. So I could take it or leave it, but I'm really excited that they're bringing. However, the Muppets, I'm really sad for that.
Yeah.
That to me, and I know they're going to preserve it and all that kind of stuff because it was the last movie that Jim Henson made. But this is where it's the love it and hate it kind of relationship in this type of situation where I'm really sad to see this go. It's bittersweet. But I do like Monsters. Yeah. I love Monsters Inc.
Yeah, and
they're bringing another roller coaster, y'all. This is so they're replacing a 3D auditorium thing, which was great for air conditioning, with a roller coaster. So how awesome is that? We're going to see a new roller coaster. So and actually a couple new roller coasters if you think about it, because they're going to be putting one in the Villains Land.
Yeah, there's one to be in Villains Land.
So to me, Disney is listening to the public because they want more thrill rides. And so they're doing it the best way they can.
That too.
Yeah.
That is true too.
Yeah, the water's going.
But you never know. Maybe they will put some kind
of feature,
something in between in between Villains Land and
maybe they'll throw something back there to kind of throw. Yeah, I mean it's still. Everything is still to be continued. I mean, just because they have artist renderings doesn't necessarily mean they can't change it. It's going to be how it looks. Yeah. So it's just, I wish they would get it done sooner rather than later. I mean, I don't want time to go by too fast, but I am excited to see what this all ends up being in 3 or 4 years. And Epic was kind of the same way. I mean, I remember when they first started breaking ground for that and thinking it was so many years away, and Epic's opening up May 22nd. That's Thursday. Yeah, because that's this Thursday.
I thought Epic was already open.
Well, it's soft opened for all the
people have been there.
Yeah, it's soft opened for a lot of the influencers. I think you had to be invited and all this kind of stuff because what I was hearing.
No, because there should look like a lot of people that was there when Goo was there the other day.
Well, again, I'm not sure of the details. I don't think you can buy tickets. I think it's invite only. Because what I was understanding from Stephanie's Guru group, I listened to one of their podcasts, and it was they had 5 days to from the date that they got the invite or something like that to literally get there, and that included getting hotel reservations and all that kind of stuff. And they got to stay at, I think it's Helios is the one there. They got to stay at that and all that kind of stuff. So I think a lot of them it's really fast, but I am excited to see Epic when it officially opens. Not in the heat. Again, I'm hoping more fall-ish time. But I think, I don't know. It's going to be really, really interesting. Okay, let's see.
Harlan, Kayla and went to Epic.
Went to Epic today? Okay, Harlan, you need to specify which daughter because I'm sorry you have 2.
But there's only
I'm
one.
I'm assuming it's Kayla and.
There's only one that have kids. Is your
grandson old enough to go to Epic? I mean, to me, he's still like a baby. But I know you've got 2, so I know they grow way too fast.
Okay, so switching gears for a moment.
Switching gears. Okay, switching gears.
Something that Eric had brought up about losing money on movies.
Oh yeah.
There is some news though that came out from Marvel, from Kevin Feige, that all of the new Disney Plus shows that they do going forward will not have characters that are connected to the movies, because he felt like people had to do homework by watching the shows before going to see the movies.
Sorry. I'm watching what Harlan's putting on there because I know it's a little lagging.
Yes.
So keep talking.
But so like I think there's a Armor Wars, I believe, is coming out. That'll be on Disney Plus. But I think that there might be one more. But after that, there will be the characters in the Disney Plus shows will no longer be connected or tied directly to the movies, so that you don't have to do homework, like you said.
Okay.
Which will be good.
So.
Because we are so far behind on the movies,
exactly.
the TV shows, it's not even funny.
Can't even keep up. Okay, so first of all, hello. Thank you for joining. We are JLV Moments and More.
Please,
I'm Lorian.
I'm Julie.
Lorian.
This is Lori.
I'm Lori. This is Julian.
I'm Julian, or
whichever way. Anyway, this is Juju, by the way.
I'm also Juju.
Yep. So I'm always Lori. I don't have any cool nicknames or anything
my
like
own
that.
Collectibles channel, Juju's Collectibles Corner. Check it out.
So hi, if you are joining, please feel free to comment during the conversation. Yes. But okay, so I want to talk about
subscribe, please.
Hit the notification bell because I have been doing a lot of Disney Insight in 5.
Which is one question videos.
One question. I try to stick to the one question, but
she tries to stay to 5 minutes too, and it doesn't.
But if you have questions, please let us know, and we'll do videos on them. I have no problem. I love doing that little insight. I am not a travel person, but I'm not a travel advisor.
We've visited
but I'm an advisor. I love to help out where I can. I can.
People might have headphones
wait,
on.
I want to talk about the Marvel thing real quickly, though. I want to talk about the Marvel thing because I am so happy that Kevin Feige...
Not necessarily, Eric. Not necessarily.
I am so happy that he recognizes that there are those of us out there that enjoy the Marvel movies, but are so tired of turning to their significant others and saying, "Who is that character again?" I did it with the Captain America movie,
Brave New World.
Thank God we were the only ones in the tiny little theater that we were in.
It was awesome to see, though.
It was fun to see. But I'm sitting there going, "Who is that again? Who are these people?" Like so I'm so glad that maybe I don't have to do that. Or have we met this person before? I can't remember. Now it was cool to see, go back to the Hulk. The very first Hulk, but
no spoilers.
Well, I'm trying not to.
If you haven't seen the movie,
but I do like the fact that they're standalone shows because then I don't have to do all that. All right, so I wanted to throw that out there. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I've actually heard that She-Hulk was pretty decent. We haven't watched a single episode of that. No. We haven't finished Hawkeye.
Nope, haven't watched that either.
We haven't watched the new Daredevil yet.
No.
So
what I did was I tried to go back and watch the original Daredevil, but I can only watch that. Well, I can only watch any of them after a little one goes to bed. So it's just So
unfortunately,
we'll eventually get caught up on stuff, right?
Unfortunately, Harlan, our favorite restaurant is no longer open.
Oh yeah.
Mama Melrose was our favorite restaurant. We loved Mama Melrose.
I loved Mama Melrose. So. Yes, you can get Italian food if you go to Tony's, and if you go to Via Napoli, and there's another restaurant in Italy.
Yeah.
I get that, but the thing about Mama Melrose is that
it was the nostalgia to me.
It was located in a very good location.
Yeah, and it was just the theming of it. Celebrities kind of come in and meet,
Hollywood studios. Yeah. It just had a very nice feel. Great air conditioning, of course. And of course we have lots of memories there. So our favorite was Mama Melrose, but we're sad. But we did get to go back for one last time. Got to see Muppets one last time, and so so we got that. So I guess if we're gonna have to pick a second favorite, it will end up being Tony's because we do like our Italian food. But I do love Crystal Palace.
I do like Tony's. With the new menu that Tony's has done, it is way better than what it used to be. Like the oh my God, the garlic bread with it's so good.
Yeah. But I like Crystal Palace, which that's a good buffet. But breakfast wise, now we have not. I did Bona for breakfast.
I have never done Boma. I've never done Boma.
That was good. I went with Mama Goo and Stev. And that food was good. I got I don't know what it was, Texas toast, French toast. I don't even know what. It was so good. But honestly,
we've done Cape May.
Cape May.
Cape May buffet was pretty good.
Cape May buffet for breakfast is phenomenal. And it was almost like being on a cruise ship because you're trying things you've never tried before.
Honestly, we did breakfast at Riviera one time.
We did. That was pretty decent. That was too. Pretty decent. But I'm telling you, Cape May, we've done that twice now, and both times have been phenomenal. Have we done it twice? Yeah, I think. Oh no, I canceled the second time. I was going to take Virginia, and I ended up canceling. That's right. Yeah. So we've only done it once, but I would say Cape May. Now it is a character breakfast, so it's probably a little bit more money. Cape May is really good.
We never got to go down there during Christmas time to Hollywood Studios.
Oh yeah, no. We did one Christmas.
Instead of doing Jollywood, which is the Hollywood Studios Christmas party, we went to the Christmas party at Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, we did. That's right. Yeah, we had. Well, Jollywood's was only been. This is the second year or third year for Jollywood. I can't remember. So this is one of those where I want to live in Florida.
Yes.
Want to move to Florida. Anyway, it'll eventually happen.
Sorry that you missed out on Mama Melrose, Eric, but definitely take a lot of pictures when you go to Tom Sawyer's Island.
Yeah.
Because when I took pictures and I was taking some video inside Mama Melrose.
Yeah. Mama Melrose is sad, and I mean, again, I know things like life has to change. I'm just really sad that that's one of the kind of the. Well, I had to go for that one because they had really good food, and a lot of people like that.
But, you'll have to let us know how the dinner is, Francois.
Yeah, Boma. I almost got Ohana for
recently. Yeah, we almost did that.
Lunch or dinner. No, it would have been for dinner.
Yeah.
We ended up not doing that. We ended up doing Whispering Canyon, which that food was good too. The skillets are amazing.
The skillets are just.
I cannot speak highly enough of the skillets, but. You got to go in with a totally empty stomach.
Yeah.
After that meal, I was in such a food coma. I hurt so badly, and I had to go to the front desk to ask them a couple questions. And thank God those cast members were so awesome. Understanding because I couldn't get like 5 words out because my brain, I hurt. But the food was so good. It was so.
Oh,
so
nice,
good.
Eric. Nice.
Oh, AOA Car Suite. Oh,
and then Boardwalk.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
we did a split stay like that one time.
I'm trying to think, what did we do? I remember we did a split stay. What did we do?
We thought it was old.
Was it Old Key? No.
Or was it?
This is how you go so often you can't even remember what you do anymore.
I know we did. Okay. I know we did it before.
You can come in, Virginia. It's fine. It's fine.
Thank you, everybody, for joining and watching.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. JLV Moments and More.
I'm Lori, and this is Julian. Oh, wait, sorry. I'm Julian, and this is Lori.
Silly. This is our daughter,
This is Virginia.
Yeah, one more week of school left here in Georgia. We only have one more week, 4.5 days. Yay!
Yeah.
So we're excited to see the summer, but not excited to see the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to say that too loudly. If you're a parent, you would totally understand.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No,
let's say this. If you are a parent of a child that has to be watched,
yeah.
If you already have teenagers that you don't have to worry about.
Yeah. Yeah. But please make sure you hit that notification bell. I have been doing some Disney Insight in 5. And then I also have started. Virginia and I did a video today that Julian will need to edit and put up there that I'm calling Disney Kid Talk. And so we talked about what place did we talk about today?
Magic Kingdom.
Magic Kingdom. Yeah. So we'll have a Disney Kid Talk about Magic Kingdom. It's about 15 minutes long.
Kids' perspective on the park.
Yeah. So and it's her first video. So please make sure you watch and do the like button. Give us a thumbs up because we'll have a few more of that, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is there anything else that you want to say?
She's been dying to make a video. She's been bugging us all week.
Yeah, she sees us doing it, so I understand. It makes sense. All right. Is there anything else?
Smash the subscribe button.
Smash that subscribe button. Yeah,
my girl.
Please share with your friends too.
Yeah, share it out.
If you know anybody that is going to Disney anytime soon in Orlando, please, if they've got questions, please send them in my direction. I'm on the Facebook pages all the time, and there's so many. Thank you. There's so many questions, random questions out there, and I just want to be able to help as much as I can. Why are you all poking me? People are poking me. And here's the cool part. We have friends like Eric and Sean who go to Disney, and then we can get their insight also. Mm-hmm. And so we have so many people that we Francois, who we have talked to, that we can definitely get the insight. And I mean, Harlan, my gosh, you're like a time machine there. You've got
Harlan, you've got information from
I know about one. I think I know one other person that's got some really good time information, but that's about it. So please join us.
For joining us.
Yeah, thank you so much, y'all. I know I had put sports in. I didn't know what else we were going to talk about today.
I just threw some stuff in there.
So I guess I need to change the thumbnail.
But hey, I'll mention some sports though.
Okay.
So, I am a Tigers and a Braves fan. I love both teams. Stop. It's so crazy to see the Braves and how they are now to when they started the season. Because they were awful at the start of the season, and now they are like I think it's like a game and a half or so out of first place. It's ridiculous. Or no, I think they were third place, but still very close to first place. It's just crazy to see how their season is going right now. And then the way the Tigers ended the season last year, making the playoffs, which was unexpected from a lot of people, they were in first place in their division, and at last I heard, this was maybe a day or two ago, they had the best record in baseball. What? So it's an interesting time for me for baseball right now. And then her Cardinals are, I think, like a game and a half or so out of first place in the Central.
But here's the thing, thinking of sports, and I know we're supposed to be talking about Disney and
we talk about everything.
We talk about everything.
We started talking sports and we lost a bunch of people.
I know we lost a bunch of people. Apparently, we need to go back to Disney and Universal. Apparently, that talk is so much better. But going to the baseball thing for a second, we are before the All-Star game, so basically everything happens after mid-July. So
and the All-Star game will be here in Atlanta.
Yep.
So it'll be here in Atlanta.
It's okay. There's no one else in this house, but we're all right here.
We're all in this one room.
We're all here. She heard a noise.
Then it was probably a branch falling on the tree.
It was.
Could have been a squirrel.
Okay.
No, it sounded like an alarm.
It sounded like an alarm. It's fine. You're fine. We're all fine. The world is fine.
The world is fine. Well,
we're going to deal with change. It'll be okay. Change will be good.
Some people don't think the world's fine, but that's a different story.
All right. I'm going to go take this one. I will be right back. Don't bore everyone to death.
Well, I mean, it's just me and it's actually only one other person.
One other person now. Gotta love you too.
One or two other people. So, but again, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, share out, hit that notification bell. We are going to try to go live at least once every week. Usually probably this time out on Sundays. It'll be at 7 o'clock. It'll go for however long we decide we want to keep going. If we have people watching, if we have people interacting. So it's always fun if you would just drop a chat, comment in the chat, say hi, give us what are your thoughts. What do you think about some of this stuff? I'm a big Marvel geek. I grew up reading comic books. I collect comic books. I collect a whole bunch of stuff. So the new Marvel thing with the TV shows and the movies kind of being a little separate will be kind of nice, because technically they can do a lot of different things with the TV shows that they can't do with the movies. Different characters and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting to see how they separate everything out and what characters they deem television and what they deem movies. So can't wait for it. It'll be awesome.
I tell you, I think it's YouTube. I think YouTube decides what all we should see and not see. So that's just my opinion. But
what are you talking about?
About
who's watching?
Sorry, I was responding to Eric's comment.
Oh. Thank you for being here, Eric.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for everybody being here.
Everyone watching. This is really awesome.
I think the 11 people we had watching at one point in time was the most we've had at once.
Yeah, I have to agree. I think that's the most we've ever had.
I love it.
So, yep. Absolutely fun times.
The more the merrier.
Enthusiastic holiday fun. Two very good thumbs up. I can't remember how that phrase goes anyway.
Yes.
From Clueless.
See, we just watched that recently too.
Talk about nostalgia. That was a great movie. I had
so many things in that. So many things in that movie would be very frowned upon right now.
I had 2 mochachinos and 5 peanut butter M&Ms. I feel like Ralphing. God, I love that movie. All right, anyway.
Kitchenware?
Kitchen.
That's where I kept it too.
Yeah, if you haven't seen Clueless, go back and watch Clueless. Great movie.
It's fun.
Fun.
Good family fun.
Good family fun. Two very enthusiastic thumbs up. That's what it was. Let's see. What else is there? What else is going on in the world of something? Again, Epic is opening up this Thursday. So, I did come across something too where they're going to be doing a bunch of live streaming. Not the YouTubers. Universal themselves is actually going to be doing some live streaming. So, it is interesting.
That'd be interesting.
But you know what? Disney's been doing this for years.
Disney's been doing that for years.
Yeah, they've been doing their own live streams and that kind of stuff. So, it begs to wonder, does Epic sit there and watch, or Universal, excuse me.
Do they watch each other?
Sit there and watch, and they're like, that's a great idea. And
we're going to copy
do it
that.
better, but we're going to do it better.
Yeah, we're going to copy it and do it better.
It does make me wonder. We're going to do it better. So, it'll be fun to watch. I have been watching the pricing too. It's still cheaper to go to Universal, y'all. I tell you.
It's crazy.
I'm just so shocked. I was doing some pricing for this little September timeframe that Virginia doesn't have school. And the amount of money we would spend on a 4-day trip and still get a day at Epic and stay on property. So we would stay on the Universal property, not on the Epic property. Mm-hmm. That's like one day at Disney.
Yeah, it's
maybe
crazy.
2.
Yeah,
depending on if you have DVC and things like that.
Yeah,
but
the price difference is ridiculous.
The price difference is, well, and I was figuring too, back in March, I think it was, when they had Mardi Gras, if we got the annual passes for Universal and we stayed on property, it still would be cheaper than if we were to do, 4 or 5 days at Disney. It's so wild. It's just so wild. Anyway.
Yeah, I wish, and like I said, I love the Disney pins, and after opening up the Stitch pin mystery bag, I wish I would have gotten more, but at the time, I just couldn't bring myself to spend another, almost $90 if I were to buy 2 more bags.
Yeah.
And that still wouldn't have even got me the whole set because there's 16 pins. And there's only 5 pins in a bag. So
you're saying we have to go back on a Disney cruise?
Well, no, I got those at Hollywood.
Oh, you got those at Hollywood. Okay.
But the cruise mystery boxes I bought,
yeah,
I wish I would have bought another 2 because I did not get a single duplicate.
Got it.
So I have 6 of the 8 for the Disney Cruise Line pins.
Yeah, I'm really struggling. I mean, this is another one that I've got to sit and try to figure out with these annual passes is like, so we gave up our annual passes for Disney for this past year just for many reasons. But I keep looking at prices, and it's like, and I really want to go back to Disney. I am missing my Disney so much.
It is.
Going the weekend that we did, that just put the light in me again. But then it's like, our daughter is old enough now with the whole Universal. Do we look to get annual? And she's tall enough now. I think she can ride all the rides except for one. And so it's like, do we start looking at more Universal at this point? And maybe Disney's a 1 day, but even the 1 day that we spent at Disney, that was almost, oh my gosh, the amount of money we spent on 1 day is
because
crazy.
We went a little crazy.
Well, I don't want to talk about the money. I'm not talking about what we bought. I'm talking about the tickets alone.
Well, that too, yeah.
I'm talking about just to get 1 day
over
tickets.
$200, I think.
Yeah,
over
per person.
Yeah.
No, well, to get tickets for the 3 of us for 1 day, and it wasn't even park hopper, was over, I believe, almost $600. We'll say that. I think it might have been 600 and change. But it was about $600. 3 people. And that's just 1 day.
Me. I've been holding it in so long.
Yeah, that's the part that just gets me is that, and then if we go to Universal, again, we can have 4 days.
It's almost like half that.
It is. It's totally half that.
Yeah.
So that's why I really am going back and forth on all of this. And again, I love my Disney. I love my Disney, but they need to bring some of that cost down.
They
or
really,
we got to
really
move to Florida.
Yeah, or we got to get,
we got to move to Florida. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, it's better if you live there.
The cost is just, in my opinion, that they've just gotten a little out of control with it.
Yep.
If Universal can build the size park that they did with Epic and still keep ticket prices lower than Disney, that's an issue, Disney.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's an issue.
Totally an issue.
That's an issue.
What else are we going to talk about? We got 10 more minutes. Got 10 more minutes.
Well, I'm going to say thank you again for watching.
Yes, thank you.
Please like, subscribe, share out.
Yep.
Please check out my channel, Juju's Collectibles Corner. If you like collectibles, if you like to collect things, comic books, trading cards, Disney pins. Honestly, there's like tons of stuff that could be collected. I try to focus on mainly trading cards, comics, and pins. But if you have anything that you collect, let me know. Maybe I collect it too. I do have some off the wall stuff.
Yes, he does.
I collect Legos.
Yep.
I have Legos that I haven't even put together yet.
Yeah, what the mess that you see all in here is just half of what this house is.
Yeah, this is
house.
This is a whole. There's a whole section over here that you can't see anymore for a very big reason.
Yeah.
You know, pretty soon I'll be getting all this out of the way too.
Yep.
I'm going to be reworking some things and
yep.
trying to get the camera's angles a little bit better in here so it doesn't look so much like a warehouse. Probably recreating what's back over here on this wall, back over here, so you can see some of the stuff.
That's interesting, Eric. The 40% off discount. Are you talking about Disney that there's 40% discount?
Is that
Disney? We don't have annual pass holders. We're not annual pass holders anymore, so I don't get all the lovely notifications. So I'm curious.
But if that's through Disney, that's huge. 40% on restaurants.
But see, through July, so that means that you have to be.
So for 2 months though, from May to June.
But that also shows that Disney's recognizing that their numbers go down in June and July instead of go up, because I don't know. I'll be honest. I'm kind of tired of the heat. It's doable. I will be there if somebody said, "Hey, I got tickets."
Yeah.
I will be there in a nanosecond. But the heat does get to be brutal. Yeah. So that's interesting.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Pretty good. And I know they've got some like 35% off rooms and things like that too. So I know that they're
totally. If we lived near Disney, we'd probably be going and eating at a restaurant every weekend.
Yeah. I'm working on it.
40% off. That's dang good.
It'll probably be a little while.
It's going to be a little while.
Yeah.
We got a lot.
We got a lot of things to do. So in the meantime, we're going to sit here and live vicariously through anybody that does get to go to Disney. So Eric and Sean, you better be sharing pictures. I'm just letting you know.
You know, we still watch our watch all our YouTubers.
Yeah, we love our YouTubers.
You know,
definitely. Again, jealous that they get to be there and we don't. But,
you know, we even check out Coda from time to time so we can see what Disneyland's like.
Yeah, I'm ready to plan a Disneyland trip. Not anytime soon.
I am actually very jealous right now because I watched Coda's stream yesterday, and he was in the store, and you could see all the 70th anniversary Disneyland merch, and some of that stuff looks really good.
Yeah,
the T-shirts and the sweatshirts and all of the Spirit jerseys, the design and colors look really good on the Disneyland 70th merch.
These are so cute.
And some of the pins are really cool looking too.
Harlan, I'm assuming you sent those pictures. Those are adorable. Oh my gosh.
Not bad, Eric. That's pretty good. Was that Kayla or is that?
It's got to be Kayla.
Oh, the Barney. Yeah, that's Kayla. Yep.
That is adorable. Oh my God, she's adorable. Not that she isn't now, but I mean.
Well, she's a mother. She's an adult. Mom. She's an adult and a mom.
I mean, like, as a kid, she's adorable. That is so adorable. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. But yeah, there's definitely, and I can't do enough plugs when it comes to the travel agents. It's just so nice.
Did you see what Eric posted?
Anyway, Car Suite was only. Yeah, and it's interesting you say that, Eric, because I did read somewhere that there are. And for it being art of animation, which shocks me because usually art of animation is disgustingly expensive these days.
We've never stayed there. I want to stay there.
Pricey. It's if you're going to stay at a value resort, I say Pop All Star Sports or All Star Music are the three places to go. AOA is usually more expensive. But what I have read, and I don't know which locations, I'm assuming it's the value resorts. I've read $99 a night.
Oh wow!
So yeah, I mean. But, okay, that's great to go to the resorts.
But then you got to spend
But then you got to get your tickets.
Then you got to pay.
So you're already dropping a ton of money.
The ticket prices still just crazy.
Again, I know we don't talk money a lot and we try to keep it out of the conversations, but we do have to respect the fact that I know Disney is trying with some of their discounts and stuff. But let's start looking at our ticket prices.
Well, we guys got to respect the fact that a lot of people who might watch us are thinking about the money in the back of their minds as well.
Which I do, by the way. Here we go, shameless plug. I do have a Disney Insight in 5 on saving money or how to save money.
Yeah, he's at All Star Sports was 99.
Yeah, I felt like I had read that somewhere. There are ways to save money but it's before you go to Disney. Disney, excuse me. Before you go.
Oh, wow. Riverside 150. That's nice. That's honestly, that's one of our.
That's our go-to moderate.
Our go-to moderate. Riverside is really nice.
I like Riverside. I like their setup.
They have a great store.
They do. They really do. They got great food too.
Yeah, good.
That setup is really nice. Their cafe or however you want to. Cafeteria style is really good too.
And who is it? Yeehaw, not Yeehaw Bob. That's
Yeehaw Bob.
Oh, is it that? Yeehaw Bob's at.
Yeehaw Bob is at Port Orleans Riverside. He's at the bar area, and I can't remember the name of the bar, but no, he is still there.
Yeah,
to this day, he is still there. Yep.
Yeehaw Bob is still there.
So it's almost like just go and do a resort trip.
Honestly,
maybe go to the resorts and go to Disney Springs, and then
doing that can be fun too.
Yeah, because then you just go swimming.
We during COVID we did that. Yeah, we stayed at Saratoga.
Yeah,
and
before
we
the parks reopened.
and we hung out at Disney Springs, and that was fun too.
And that was July. It was hot.
Yeah,
it was hot. That was we dropped kid off at her cousin's.
Yeah,
so that was kind of nice that it was just the two of us. Not that we don't like having our daughter, but it was nice that it was just the two of us.
Yes. We've had a couple of those trips.
Yeah, Yeehaw Bob was really good. But again, it's like you're getting all these discounts on the resorts, but that's what I was talking about was saving money.
Yeah, but there
are ways to save money, but you got to do it in advance.
Yeah, but I want to see them do some discounts or some price cutting on the tickets.
Yeah, and not this ticket prices are lower for more days that you get. So if you get like 5 days, then each day is less, but you're still paying for 5 days. It should be if you're just going for one day. I remember when I went in 2013 that it was a lot of money thinking, and I think at that point the tickets were maybe $95 a day, and that was for a park hopper. And I remember that being expensive. Granted, life was a lot different then too. I was single and yada yada yada, but it just seems like it's those ticket prices. If they could find a way to give you a discount on those ticket prices, that would make all the difference in the world.
And I think that's what's stopping a lot of people from going is the actual cost of the ticket prices, not the all the deals that you can get at the resorts and everything, and all the discounts that you can get here and there and everywhere, but you're not doing anything about the ticket prices. So Disney, get with it. If Universal can build that big old honking park with all that stuff and still keep ticket prices lower than what you're doing, something's wrong.
Something's wrong. Yep.
Send the email out, send the memo, do it. So, she's looking at her phone. I don't know what she's doing. Thank you, everybody, for joining. I am Julian. This is Lori. We are JLV Moments and More. Please like, subscribe, comment. Let us know what you think. If you got any ideas, got anything you wouldn't mind seeing us talk about, let us know.
If you have a topic that you want us to do a video on, let us know. I am doing Disney Insight in 5. I'm also going to start a Disney Kid Talk so with our daughter. And so if you have any questions or anything, if you have any side questions that you don't want in a video, just send us a little comment or an email, or however you want to do it. Reach out to us. Our email address is jlvcollins17@gmail.com. I think it's in our description. It should be in our description. So please feel free to email. And
if you have any Disney pin questions, I can help you with some of that. I have a ridiculous amount of Disney pins right now.
Hey, Sean, I'm with you. I'm going to have to say goodnight too, simply because I have a little one that
it's her bedtime.
We still have bedtime for right now. One more
week of school. Yep.
Although we will have summer camp coming up.
Yes,
here,
summer
camp. 1 more week of school. So.
And then VBS.
Yeah. So for all of those kids out there, good luck to the last week or 2 or 3 of school. I know some schools go until June. To all of your parents, good luck to the last 1, 2, 3, or 4 weeks left of school. good luck to all of you.
Yes.
And good luck to all of our teachers.
And congratulations to all the graduates.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You know,
lots of graduates that at least I know of.
I know some
there's
of
always
the
graduates, but
I know some of the
goop.
I know some of the goop crew have kids graduating this year. So,
all right, y'all, have a wonderful night, and we'll see you again either in our videos or our live streams moving forward. So we'll talk to you later.
We'll talk to you all later.
Have a great night.
Bye.
Bye.